do want to take this time and salute and honor you. We did promise that we were going to come and drop a word that we believe is for someone. I want to assure you even today that all is well. God is on the throne. There are times where you may not understand what God is doing in your life. If God does not use your understanding, He doesn't use your people, those who celebrate you. But I want to assure you, God can even use the hand of the devil to work out His will and His purpose for your life. When we consider the Old Testament, we find a woman by the name of Vashti. She made a simple mistake, and that mistake was very strategic. It was not just from the emotions, but it was God moving her out from the royal house in order to bring Esther in, so that Esther could be able to save the Jews when the wicked, evil Haman wanted to destroy the Jews. My mind is taken to the book of Romans chapter 9. The Bible says, Jacob I loved and Esau I hated. When we talk about hate there, we are not talking about evil. We're not talking about wickedness. This is God speaking. It was an issue of choice. According to Jewish culture, God was supposed to be the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. But me and you, we know that God wanted to be the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And how did that have to come into place? We know that when Isaac wanted to bless Esau, the mother Rebecca happened to overhear that, and she played a wicked and evil game, and Jacob came through and he received the blessing. When we come down to the book of Judges chapter 14, the Bible says we find a man that many people hate. Many people chastise the man for being disobedient, by the name of Samson. The Bible says, according to Judges chapter 14 verse 1, and Samson went down to Timnah and he saw a Philistine girl, and he came back and asked the parents to take her for her in marriage. And the Bible says the parents contended with him because it was wrong for him to do that. But we know that when you consider verse 4, that many people many a times happen to overlook. The Bible says it was of the Lord for Samson to do what objectively looked to be wrong. You know why? Because God wanted to use Samson to deliver the Jews, his people, out of the hand of the Philistines. And many a times people think this was Delilah. No, this was not Delilah. Samson happened to fall in love with 3 different Philistine women. And you would wonder, but why Samson do this? Because these people will kill you. But Samson would have told you, there is a push, there is a pull, there is a drive, because this thing was of the Lord. And now the Bible says, and Samson died in the hands of the Philistines. And people say, men of God, especially theologians, will challenge me and say, how could the will of God kill a man? I don't believe it was the will of God. It's the prayer that Samson prayed when Samson said, Lord, allow me to die with my enemies. Had Samson prayed a different prayer to say, Lord, help me kill them and you keep me and sustain me, God would have. But what do you do when you find yourself in the same sphere as Samson? 1, you must confess your sin. Number 2, you mustn't pray a destiny-cutting prayer when you're at the lowest point of your life. Number 3, make sure that you don't try to correct what has been wronged, what has been done, messed up in the flesh, trying to correct it in the flesh. Leave it up to God. I am taken to the man Joseph in the Bible. The Bible says the brother sold him to slavery. And someone say, but why God? And I want to assure you, in his own motherland, the people did not celebrate his wisdom, but he had to be sold away into Egypt, into slavery. That is why Joseph says, what you meant for evil, God has worked it out for good. I say, what people are doing to you, against you, it will work out for your good. And I close with this, the Savior Jesus Christ. The Bible says he came to seek and to save the lost. And Jesus came to die at the cross. But before that could happen, the Bible says the wicked devil got into and opened in the wicked heart, the heart of Judas Iscariot, and then the Savior was sold. If John the Baptist was there without the Judas Iscariot, me and you surely would be headed for hell and destruction. There had to be the hand of the devil, the hand of wicked Judas, in order for the will of God to happen. I say, rest assured, it is well with you. You may not understand what God is doing, but God will use anything, anybody, anyhow, whichever way, to take you to the desired end. Stay blessed. This is your word from the King of Glory. You are blessed.